So here we are. We're on the road, guys. We're just out in Shoals in Oregon, and we're giving the AJS a test ride. Jeff's come on his Thunderbird as my wingman, and I'm really grateful for that. We're just going to do a ride up to Bald Peak. Nothing too strenuous. We'll just take it nice and easy, but we got here just fine, no problems whatsoever, and I'll tell you more when we get on the bike. Ah, that's a lovely Triumph. Gas on. First kick. And we're on the road again. Oh, it's lovely. So, initial observations, very, very comfortable. The suspension is amazing. It's like riding a sofa. It's really comfy. Perhaps a little too bouncy, you know, like an old vintage car with massive suspension. But really, really enjoyable. Very nice riding position. Really nice, and not a great deal of power, although we've been up to 60 on the way here. It does it fine, it just takes a little bit longer to get there, but immensely pleasurable. And I'm grateful to Jeff following behind. I think Vince has ridden this bike quite a lot. Have to be a little careful because these tyres are quite old. That's one of my recommendations, is to replace the tyres as soon as possible. So we went through a speed check a few minutes ago, and I think this bike runs, though the Speedo runs about 3 miles an hour faster than the actual speed, which is good. So we're going up to the top of this hill here. This is Bald Peak. It's a local favourite for rides and test rides, so we may see some bikes up there. We're going right up that road there, I don't know if you can see it. So this will be a bit of a hill climb for the old thumper. Okay?
Yeah. You doing alright?
Yeah. Feet elevation. Oh, it's delightful when you're just coasting along. Well, these are not quite British green lanes, but I'll pretend that they are. Oh, it's lovely and cool up here. And we're here, what, 17 miles? Not a bad little test ride. Well, it just ticks over so well. Lovely and quiet. Still charging. Yep.
That was a pretty good climb, though.
It was for an old bike like this.
Well, even the old Thunderbird was happy
To stop.
to drop down a gear going up there.
It did really well.
Seemed like it did.
Yeah,
well,
it does
though.
great.
I mean, that's as good of a test.
It is, isn't it? Lovely. So we're going to switch bikes. Jeff's going to have a ride on the AJ. What a great looking bike.
Oh, reverse direction.
Wow, this feels so modern. 1964 Thunderbird after you get off that. Like a modern bike. And of course the gear shift pattern is different. That's 1 up, 3 down. This is 1 down, 3 up. So I hope Jeff will enjoy this. Oh yeah, lovely. So smooth. You may remember I've mentioned this before. Jeff has had this bike since he was 17 years old. It's an ex-police bike from Australia. Oh, this is glorious. The old AJS is popping along merrily. No, Jeff's actually building an AJS himself, and so he wanted to have a test ride on it, just as a little motivation to work on his project, because it needs a lot of work. Oh, it's beautiful up here. It's a bit cooler than down in the valley, so it's lovely and fresh. Yeah, and thanks a lot for all your comments recently, guys, about wrapping this AJS project up. I never thought that there could be so much interest in a hole in a seat. I'm just getting it tidied up, honestly, for the owner. I'll point all that out to him, and then he can decide what he wants to do. But I do appreciate that it's just sort of literally masking the problem with the foam. Well, it looks like it handles really well. The AJS, that is, this handles really well. The bars are extremely short. They pull back. Handles real well. Well, it scoots along doing 58, something like that. If this, well, I think this speedo is very accurate because it's a police speedo bike. This is such a great bike, really enjoyable to ride. Jeff wants to go and have a look at the airport. There's a little airport along here. I think we saw a vintage plane fly over before. We're going to go and take a look at it. Cool.
Well, here we go, Twin Oaks Air Park.
twin out.
I'd have to say,
How was it?
I'm amazed.
Is it good?
It goes amazingly well.
It does, doesn't it? It's real smooth, isn't
It
it?
doesn't vibrate like
No, it doesn't.
I was taking it pretty easy, but you could hustle this thing.
Yeah, you got up to 60, I think, at one point.
I tested it, and I was well. Let me take my helmet off.
It moves along,
It seems like on level ground, it would happily do 55, 60
Yeah.
without any stress. Once I got used to it, I didn't.
Yeah, you were going around the corners really well.
It was going great.
Yeah.
I was, like I said, you could push it a lot harder. It was good, and because I wasn't pushing it too hard because of the tire.
Well, that was real enjoyable. Seeing those old planes take off and land. Well, that was great. Really enjoyed it. Fabulous ride on this lovely old AJS. I hope you enjoyed these clips. We will have done about, I don't know, 45, 50 miles by the time we get home. So that's a very nice little test ride. Nothing major to report. Clutch needs a little bit of adjustment. There's a little bit of oil coming out of the primary case, but nothing to be concerned about. But overall, fabulous. Really enjoyable bike. So thank you very much for watching, as always. I really do appreciate you watching my videos and all your great comments. I'm sorry I don't get the chance to reply to all the comments these days. Things have actually taken off quite a lot. I'm up to 13,500 subscribers and I'm really grateful, and I will try and reply to comments from time to time when I get the chance. But anyway, glad that you still enjoy the videos, and I'll see you again next week. Okay, see ya.